Anything sports related, people will gamble on. And right now, there's odds on what Seattle's NHL team name is going to be. That's right. We are 2 years away from an expansion draft involving the Seattle Sockeyes. We went through this, and it's a video that still gets a lot of views and a lot of comments on what the team's name could end up being. Now, the odds right now, the number one running away with it odds winner is Sockeyes. Right behind that, Totems, Emeralds, Rainiers, Renegades. No, I've voted a hard no on Renegades. Kraken, Seals, Sea Lions, Evergreens, Firebirds, Cougars, Eagles, and at the very, very bottom, at plus 3,500 is Whales. So no. But yeah, I agree that Sockeyes is one that makes a lot of sense. The biggest trick is, so this is a Seattle Thunderbirds jersey. And the big question mark has been, so are they going to use green and blue, which are colors that Seattle tends to use a lot, which are also the colors of the Vancouver Canucks. And then the Canucks would have to go back to red, yellow, and black likely, or maybe they just both wear varying of the same colors, that kind of thing. Because as fans, we like to look at the minutiae of all that and try to figure it all out. Everything Seattle puts out, whether you look at the Seattle NHL team's website, brochures, anything they put out, the colors are red and black. So it would definitely appear that whatever the team does, they've already decided on a color scheme being red and black. Now, yes, there's a lot of red and black in the NHL, but red and black sells. Those are two colors that people like. And in terms of the Seattle teams, that would make them completely different than the Mariners and the Seahawks. The Seahawks have, of course, that neon eye-scratching green. And the Mariners, have their own different shades and whatnot, but it's still green and blue. Essentially green and blue. Sockeyes only bothers me because you don't need to pluralize sockeye. Sockeye salmon, that's plural. So, but at the same time, it works. And they could have a logo which looks not entirely unlike the orca used by the Canucks in that it'll probably have a native style slant to it, which is fun. There's concept, and there's a ton of concept jerseys out there, but there's a concept jersey for you. So something along those lines, and the red and the black. This one has blue in it as well, of course. NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman visited Seattle in January and dropped hints Sockeyes and Steelheads were the front runners and under consideration for the team nickname. Because while the team registered all the names I just read to you, the owner came out and said, or Ted Lywicki came out and said, yeah, these are the ones we registered kind of thing, but we're open to any other suggestions people may have as well. So Steelheads has got in there as well. And Steelheads would work as an NHL team name. That would be pretty cool. I do think, and it says here, trending up, Sockeyes, Steelheads trending down, Metropolitans, Totems, and Kraken. Seattle Kraken, I know, is one that my wife would like to see them use. My thing with Kraken is that it's sort of like Toronto Raptors. At the time the Raptors were named, Jurassic Park was big, and the whole dinosaur thing was, but it's kind of silly. I get it that they're going to keep that name forever because that's what they're known as, but I don't think it's a name that would fly now, and maybe at some point I could do a video on franchises and sports that if they were named now, we probably wouldn't name them what they're named for different various reasons. Sockeyes and Steelheads works because the salmon industry around here is pretty big. The just fishing in general and salmon. So, that absolutely works, and I am anxious to see Seattle come in because it'll be fun to have a team that's 3 hours further away than Vancouver. So it's a bit of a drive, but not too bad. Not really. Not compared to, say, trying to drive to Vegas or Edmonton or Calgary or any of the other supposedly close teams. There really isn't very much in the way of close teams to Vancouver. Vancouver's travel schedule's been a nightmare for decades since their inception into the league. So it'll be nice to see something that's closer. And it looks like Sockeyes is the team name that's a front runner. So what do you guys want to see? On the list I read to you guys, what do you guys want to see for a team name? And if they go with Sockeyes, how quickly do you guys get jerseys? I'm telling you, if it's red and black and it's Sockeyes and it's really sharp, I mean, I'll have one pretty quick. I want to say this too. When Vegas came in and we had the Golden Knights and you had this beautiful secondary logo and you had the primary come in and they revealed it right around the exact same time as the team came into the league as the expansion draft, the jerseys were not available early enough. So it gave an in for the counterfeiters to say, oh, okay, well, we'll just make some. And they did. And I saw some while I was in Vegas, and they stand out. But I understood why people had those completely, because the NHL didn't have them out in time, and they didn't have anywhere near enough to meet demand either. Vegas stuff was very, very difficult to find locally, because it would sell out really quickly, and because they didn't produce enough of it. Now you can find it. Now it's relatively easy to find, but when it initially came out, no. So Seattle, if they're smart, the team name should be announced, I would say, around the same time as they announce the general manager, which they're talking about doing this summer. And, have merchandise out there, have it sold, have people wearing jerseys a year before the team comes in, because people will buy it. It'll make a lot of money. I would think the NHL would enjoy making a lot of money. Let me know what you guys think about that as well in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.